Inside the divorce that rocked Brighton's Golden Mile, Zana Pali reveals the wedding anniversary moment she realized, I can't do this anymore, and what she really thinks about Gianni's new younger partner. They were the golden couple of Brighton's Golden Mile until news broke of their split in July last year. Now, property developer Zana Pali is speaking out about her sudden divorce from lawyer Gianni Romano, telling the Debrief with Savanna Young that she was the one who decided to end things. When asked who called off their 10-year marriage, Zana admitted bluntly, I did. I think, for a woman, you check out many, many years earlier.
Tired of spending forever chopping vegetables? This all-in-one prep tool dices and spiralizes ingredients directly into a handy container, helping make salads, sides, and meal prep faster and less messy. Want to get the best verified deal and see full details? Visit grabdeal.us/2 right now.
It takes us a long time, especially with children, young kids. You always stay for the family, stay for the children. Zana, 35, and Gianni, 37, co-parent 2 sons, Leonardo, 7, and Romeo, 6, but their love for their boys wasn't enough to keep them together. But it got to a point where I was like, I'm actually depressed, she continued. Zana Pali, 35, has opened up about her split from ex-husband Gianni Romano, 37. The pair made headlines last July when their split after 10 years of marriage shook Brighton. There were days where I couldn't get out of bed. I'm living with a roommate. That's how I felt. I was 21 when I got engaged and 23 when we married and had kids not long after that. You're a very different person as a woman in your 20s to your 30s and then post being a mother as well. So I think we just really grew apart. I got to a point where I'm like, I'm not in love with this person, so I can't do this anymore. In an extraordinary revelation, Zana said that she decided to pull the plug on her marriage during their 10-year anniversary. 10-year wedding anniversary was my light bulb moment where I was like, I can't do this, she confessed. Because it was 10 years and I'm like, what am I doing? 10 years of marriage and I'm not happy. And I'm like, I just can't do it anymore. I'm not in love with you anymore. So that was it. Not long after that, I moved out. Should unhappy couples stay together for their kids or prioritize their own happiness? For a year, both have stayed silent about the reason for their separation, but Zana, 35, has now opened up about the rift that tore them apart and revealed who ended things first, speaking on the Debrief with Savanna Young. There were days where I couldn't get out of bed. Zana says Gianni was blindsided by the separation. In her words, he was oblivious to the fact she had checked out of the relationship. They don't realize when a woman has checked out. When we stop fighting for the relationship, when we stop even talking, she said. They think it's like, oh, she's a robot, less headaches. It's very different for a man. They don't realize when we're quiet that means there are problems. The mother of 2 revealed that Gianni did attempt to salvage the relationship, but admitted she was already done and there was no going back. I can't go back after I made that decision in my mind. I feel like, for women, we get to a point where we've tried everything, she said. Zana and Gianni co-parent 2 sons, Leonardo, 7, and Romeo, 6. The couple are pictured in 2016 on MKR, where they were billed as the legal eagles. He's going to make another woman very happy. He's a nice guy, but there was just nothing between us anymore, so I couldn't do it. Gianni has well and truly moved on since his marriage ended, and was linked last year to a socialite named Gracie Stewart, who is believed to be in her mid-20s. The two were first spotted together at the star-studded JW Foundation Starry Night Gala in September, which Zana also attended. Gianni's clearly smitten, a friend was quoted as saying at the time. He loves the attention, and Gracie doesn't mind being spoiled. The source added that Gianni and Gracie had been friends for a while before things turned romantic. Their age gap romance was said to have turned heads around Brighton. While it's unclear if Gianni and Gracie are still an item, the pair still follow each other online, and Zana confirmed to the Debrief that her ex-husband has a new partner. Zana confirmed Gianni has a new partner. He is pictured with Gracie Stewart, who is believed to be in her mid-20s. The two were romantically linked in September last year. Zana is still single and looking for someone who is a good influence and a good person. Rugged up in all black, Gianni said he didn't want to talk about it when asked by the Daily Mail about his separation from Zana Pali in July last year. "I'm really happy for him," Zana said. "Going through a divorce is probably the worst time of your life." So, yeah, when I heard he moved on, I was like, that's great. I was like, good. Zana confirmed she is still single, adding that she is looking for someone who is a good influence and a good person to be around her sons. While news of Zana and Gianni's split made headlines in the middle of last year, they had ended their marriage months earlier, quietly setting tongues wagging in Brighton. The Daily Mail caught up with Gianni, a partner at the law firm Best Hooper, last July and noticed that the father of two wasn't wearing his wedding ring. In the first sign of trouble in paradise, the couple listed their six-bedroom palace in Brighton, pictured, with an eye-watering $11 million 12 million price guide. It was no ordinary mansion, with the architecturally designed two-story home boasting an underground nightclub, pictured, accessed via an elevator, as well as a walk-in cellar. He did not deny splitting from Zana at the time, and when pressed for further details of what happened, simply said, "I don't want to talk about it." Their marital home on Brighton's Golden Mile, complete with a basement nightclub and lift access, sold after they separated for about $10 million. The property sits on a stretch of Millionaires Row that is a magnet for ritzy Melbourne socialites, with famous locals including Beck and Chris Judd. Gianni and Zana made a name for themselves among the neighborhood's glamorous elites when they moved in with their sons Leo and Romeo. The former couple wed in November 2014 on Hayman Island and went on to welcome sons Leo and Romeo in 2018 and 2020, respectively.